Money raw, yeah, I'm looking at the bank, same as I do not want to tell, yeah, nuts with my gang, you be just a stain, cover on my chain.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you guys are having a great day as usual. So for this video, guys, I'm going to be reacting to a Frankie Boyle stand-up clip, and the clip that I'm reacting to is his take on comedy and Netflix specials. So let's jump right into the clip. We'll have a little discussion after. Let's go.
I got a lot of flack a few years ago for doing some jokes about the Paralympic opening ceremony. And I've never seen why you wouldn't do exactly the same jokes about the Paralympic opening ceremony that you do about the Olympic opening ceremony. They're literally the same occasion. And the jokes had a point to them. They weren't just mockery. Right, so the one the papers hated the most was the Saudi Arabian Paralympic team are mainly thieves. Which has a point, right? It's about Sharia law. There's nothing worse than going to bed thinking you've tweeted some funny jokes about the Paralympic opening ceremony and waking up to find out that Channel 4 will never work with you again. And you've received several hundred angry tweets in Arabic. I don't care what anyone says, there's nothing scarier than Arabic plus an exclamation mark. What was the other one they hated? Oh yeah, the British Paralympic team holds the world high jump record, but to be fair, it was Taliban assisted. Also has a point, right? Not everybody has to like the point, but the point is, in among all these distractions, Britain was still fighting two wars. So I don't like people who lash out at jokes. At the same time, I don't like people who lash out at political correctness. I think it's lazy, and I think it sometimes encourages people to dismantle stuff that protects them. So I'll give you an example. There's a guy I talked to a lot in Glasgow. He's a homeless guy, and he was an alcoholic. I suppose that's why I talked to him, because I was an alcoholic. In fact, papers, when they have a go at me, they still write that. They put alcoholic Frankie Boyle. It's a really strange way to attack someone, by bringing up the time in life when they were happiest. Oh, by the way, I only get this in London. Have you ever heard this? People go, don't give him money. He'll only spend it on beer and fags. I'd always assumed that they were spending it on beer and fags. I've never given money to a homeless guy and thought, well, I hope he's putting that into his ISA. So I was talking to this guy the last time I saw him, and I went, what would you say is your biggest problem in life at the minute? And he went, do you know my biggest problem, Frankie? It's all these fucking snowflakes in the media. It can't be. It just literally fucking cannot be. You're sleeping rough on the streets of Glasgow. Your biggest problem is actual flakes of fucking snow. So I was thinking about all this recently, right? I was watching Netflix. I had food poisoning a couple of weeks ago. So I was lying on the sofa, trusting every fart about as much as an email from a Nigerian general. And I watched Ricky Gervais's new stand-up special. And he does a big bit in it about trans women. Now, I've got nothing but love for trans women. I've got nothing but love and support for trans folk in general. But they themselves would admit it's a very contentious issue that people try not to talk about. And Ricky Gervais, obviously, he's a very powerful guy in show business. So nobody really who had the best years of their career ahead of them would tell you what they thought of that routine. Ricky Gervais, he does maybe 15 minutes where he goes, well, if a trans woman can say that they're a woman, I can say that I'm a chimpanzee. I'm a chimpanzee. And my genuine reaction was, it's not that much weirder than Ricky Gervais saying that he's a stand-up comedian. I mean, look, we know Ricky Gervais, he's a brilliant actor, he's a brilliant writer, he's not a fucking stand-up comedian. Just because Ricky Gervais self-identifies as a stand-up comedian. Am I supposed to say that he is one? Is fucking political correctness gone mad? Also, loving animals, brilliant, wonderful. Going on about loving animals, suspect. So I watched the whole of Ricky Gervais' show, and I felt a bit like Fred Astaire watching a guy in calipers fall down a fucking escalator. And then I watched Hannah Gadsby's show, Nanette. Now, it's a really great show. You should watch it if you get the chance. She talks a lot in it about comedy. And her main point is that she feels that herself as an oppressed person, she's often used her comedy to let the audience off too lightly. She makes a lot of really good points. I think the problem with stand-up comedy is that it simplifies stuff. It's hard to get at the truth when you've got to get a lot of regular laughs. And sometimes I think, am I trying to get the truth here, or am I trying to just tell funnier lies? So, for example, I think she simplifies some stuff in her show. She says stand-up comedy works by creating a tension in the audience that's then punctured with a punchline. I don't think mine works like that. You know, I think for me, the tension arrives in the punchline. My uncle always said, do something you love and you'll never work a day in your life. He did heroin. The tension arrives in the punchline, and the setup line is almost supposed to be soothing, really. People say, don't they? They say that you only regret the things that you don't do. I don't know who said that first, but it's someone who's never broken 2 corkscrews trying to get an unlubricated parsnip out of their arse. The tension arrives in the punchline.
Alright guys, great stuff there from Frankie Boyle. It's been a long time since I've seen some Frankie Boyle, and this is obviously new, so it's great to catch up and see some new stuff from him. But let's jump into what he was talking about. In terms of people taking comedy way too seriously, I never really understood that. Like, comedy is comedy. Even what Ricky Gervais is saying in his jokes, they're just jokes. They're not real life. Like, the problem with the world is when people start taking comedy as in real life and applying it to real life. Like, it's just jokes. We're just supposed to laugh at them, have fun, go home, and then live our lives, right? That's all it's about. It's a comedy show. Like, if you really want to change the world, go into politics, you know? So I always find that weird. In terms of what he was saying in, like, social justice warriors, I feel like there is a right for people to fight for other people and to stand up for other people and stuff like that. The problem with social justice is the problem with anything else. When people go to the extreme, and it's not just social justice warriors, it's anti-social justice warriors as well. So the people that are completely against any new change, any new progress. So it goes both ways. There's always a balance somewhere in the middle, guys, and that's where most people fall under. The problem in this society, again, is the minority of people, the people on both extremes, have the loudest voices and the biggest platforms. So it's kind of bizarre because they get the most eyes on them, and then they rile everybody up. They gaslight everybody. So that's what I think is going on in this society. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I like Ricky Gervais way more than Frankie Boyle, but I think he was just poking fun at Ricky Gervais. Don't take it too seriously, guys. It's not like he's coming after Ricky Gervais or anything like that. But let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video because it helps the channel and the video grow a lot, guys. But I'm going to wrap it up, so take care of yourself. Stay safe because it is a crazy world and there are a lot of crazy people. But most importantly, guys, you already know by now. Peace.